Nostalgia is one of those rare feelings that seems to hit you at the strangest times. You'll be going about your day, completely normal, when a sound, smell, or familiar melody from years ago slips through the cracks of your memory and suddenly transports you somewhere else, somewhere softer, somewhere simpler, and it's a feeling that's warm enough to make you smile, but heavy enough to make your chest ache. And even though we know we can never truly return to the moment in our minds, and that our minds are trying to show us, we still hold on to the memory like it's something sacred. There's something incredibly human about that. Something that reminds us we aren't just living our lives, we're collecting them. Memories, moments, and versions of ourselves that we didn't even know were important at that time. Nostalgia is a reminder of that. The reminder that life has chapters, and we've already lived through entire stories without even realizing it. Maybe it's the smell of your childhood home, or the one that you can still remember through years having passed and everything changed. Maybe it's a TV show you used to watch, the kind you'd wake up early for as a kid, wrapped in a blanket, feeling like the world was so big and yet so safe. Maybe it's a song, one of those songs that instantly takes you back to long car rides, old friendships, or a version of yourself that you can barely recognize anymore. Nostalgia is powerful because it's personal. Two people can hear the same exact song, but one of them will hear a memory. And that's the strange thing about nostalgia. I'm currently going through moments like this right now, so it's kind of hard to record this video. So the strange thing about nostalgia is it doesn't need words to communicate. It's a universal language. Everybody feels it, no matter who they are, or where they come from, or how old they might be. The details of our past are different, but the feeling is the same. That quiet longing for something you know you can never have back, paired with the gratitude that it ever existed at all. What makes nostalgia especially powerful is the way it softens the past. We really remember things exactly as they were. Instead, we remember the highlights, the warmth, comfort, and our brain filters out the stress, confusion, and the things that didn't matter, and instead leaves us with a polished version of our own history. Not necessarily more accurate, but somehow more meaningful. Nostalgia isn't just about the events themselves, it's about how the feelings they gave us. It's about who we were at the time, what we cared about, what we believed, and who we loved. As we get older, this feeling becomes more frequent. When you're a kid, everything is new. Everything is happening for the first time. You're too busy experiencing life to reflect on it. But as you grow, life accelerates. Days start blending together. Responsibilities pile up like a motherfucker. You develop routines. There's less novelty, fewer firsts, fewer moments where the world feels unfamiliar and magical. And because of that, the past begins to feel even more precious. Nostalgia becomes your mind's way of reminding you that you've lived beautifully, even if you didn't notice it at the time. Think about how often nostalgia comes from ordinary moments, not the big celebrations or the once-in-a-lifetime events, but the small things, the routine things. Eating cereal before school, playing outside until the streetlights came on, laughing in the hallways with your friends you thought you'd know forever, walking home with headphones in, feeling like the main character in your own fucking movie. The things you miss the most were never extraordinary. They were simple, but simple moments are the ones that mark us the deepest. There's a reason for that. Nostalgia isn't about memory. It's about identity. The things you miss tell you something about who you are. The past isn't just behind you, it's inside you. The memories that resurface are shaping the way we think, the way you think, and the way you move through the world. They influence your choices. They influence your dreams. They influence the things you value. If you miss the freedom and wonder of childhood, maybe you're craving simplicity now. If you miss the passion and chaos of your teenage years, maybe you're searching for meaning again. Nostalgia is like a mirror that shows you not only who you were, but who you want to be. But nostalgia also carries a sense of loss with it, and that's what makes it bittersweet. It reminds us that life moves in one direction, forward. The people that were once a part of your everyday life might now be strangers. The places you remember might not even exist anymore, and the version of yourself you used to be, you can't get them back either. Nostalgia forces you to confront the truth that moments don't last. You don't realize you're living in the good old days until they're gone. And yet, that's where the beauty lies. Nostalgia doesn't exist to make us sad. It exists to make us grateful. It teaches us to appreciate life when it's happening instead of only once, becomes a memory. Every laugh, every conversation, every late night talk, every sunset drive, these moments feel so normal at the time, but nostalgia shows us that nothing is ever just normal. Everything has the potential to be something that we look back on with love. Psychologists actually say that nostalgia is a form of emotional regulation. When life feels stressful, uncertain, or overwhelming, your mind goes into your memory bank and pulls out something comforting. A time when things felt simpler, safer, more stable. It's like your brain handing you a warm blanket from your past. It's your mind reminding you that you've survived difficult times before, but you've experienced joy before, and that you can experience it again. Nostalgia is this emotional reassurance that regulates us. It can also connect us. Think about the way people bond over childhood experiences. A TV show everyone watched, a toy everyone had, a moment everyone remembers. Nostalgia breaks down walls and creates instant familiarity between strangers. It reminds us that even though our lives are different, we've walked through similar eras of culture and emotion. It gives us something to share. But nostalgia isn't just a random feeling. It's a sign that you've lived a life rich enough to miss. And that is something to appreciate. Not everyone gets the chance to grow old enough to look back. Nostalgia means you've experienced things that meant something. You loved people who mattered. You've seen versions of yourself that helped shape you into who you are now. And you've collected memories worth holding on to. One of the most powerful things nostalgia does is highlight the passage of time. Time is strange. When you're living it feels slow, uneven, unpredictable. When you look back, it was incredibly fast. Years collapse into seconds. People grow up. Relationships fade. Entire chapters of your life close pretty quietly, almost without warning. Nostalgia is how we process that. It gives us a way to emotionally revisit parts of our lives that move too quickly for us to understand it at the time. And sometimes nostalgia hits because you're changing. Life transitions, you graduated, moving, you're aging, losing someone, ending a relationship all create space for nostalgia to appear. It's your brain trying to maintain continuity and reminding you that the person you were in the past and the person you are now are still connected. And it's not about wanting to go back, it's about wanting to carry something with you forward. There's also a strange comfort in realizing that one day you'll be nostalgic for moments you're experiencing right now, the conversations that you're having today, the people you spend your time with, the hobbies you're into, the routines you didn't even think about, and all of it will become part of your personal history. One day you'll look back on a version of yourself that exists right now and feel the same warmth, the same aching sense of familiarity. The realization changes the way you see the present. It makes you slower, more real, more aware, more appreciative. You start noticing smaller things, the sound of your environment, the people you love, the laughter, the quiet moments, because you realize how easy it is to take them for granted. Nostalgia teaches you to pay attention. And as much as nostalgia is about looking back, it also gives us permission to move forward. It's proof that even after things change, life continues. New memories form, new people arrive, new chapters begin, and the past will always be there when you need comfort, but it's not meant to trap you. Nostalgia is the bridge between who you were and who you are becoming. And the truth is, nostalgia exists because we don't realize how precious the present moment is until it becomes unreachable. You didn't know the last time you played outside with your childhood friend was your last time. You didn't know your last meal with a loved one would be one day a memory you replay over and over. You didn't know the last day of school, the last summer break, the last hug, the last conversation, or the last moment of a certain chapter was happening. Life doesn't announce its endings. It only reveals them in hindsight. And that's why nostalgia feels so heavy, but also why it's so beautiful. It tells us that life has been meaningful, even in the moments we thought were mundane. It reminds us that although time is always moving, the best part of it remains alive within us. So next time nostalgia washes over you, don't rush past it. Let yourself feel it. Let yourself remember the good times. Let yourself miss people that you loved. Let yourself smile at the memories that shaped you. Nostalgia doesn't mean you want to go back. It simply means your life has been filled with moments worth longing for, moments worth keeping, and moments worth replaying. In the end, nostalgia is proof that you lived a life that mattered. And as long as you keep creating new memories, new moments, and a new version of yourself, nostalgia will always be there. Not to trap you in your past, but to remind you that your journey has already been full of so much, and there's so much more ahead. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.